Drunk Monk Podcast. Have a little seat right there. After this, you have to do something that you don't want to, but for now, it's a Drunk Monk Podcast.
We're here for the Drunk Monk Podcast. Yay!
Yay!
We are your hosts.
Keiko again, or as my pharmacist knows me as Christine, Keiko again.
Who you know from Gilmore Girls.
And Will S. Choi.
Who you know from your local improv class.
And we're here to talk about Mr. Monk and the things that he does.
Mm-hmm.
What's he doing this week, Will?
He's just being crazy. It's his old crazy self.
We're gonna get to this at the end, but he's particularly lovely crazy this episode.
Lovely crazy.
He real cray.
So we're talking season 4, episode 4, Mr. Monk goes to the office? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Goes to the Office.
Goes to the office, okay.
Mm-hmm.
On my notes, I wrote Mr. Monk to the office.
You're like, that can't be right.
That's not right. Did you know, is this true in Japanese culture that the number 4 is unlucky? That is, right?
Is that Chinese?
It's Korean too.
Is it Korean too?
It is Chinese for sure. But...
I wish I knew enough about it, Japanese culture, because I'm Japanese / Okinawan to say for sure. But I didn't grow up with it.
Right. I mean, me neither. But
isn't it because the number 4 sounds similar to the word death?
Yes, that's right.
Is that true in Korean too?
It's true in Korean too.
Oh,
so
okay.
I know this because the last time I was in Korea, the elevators don't have the 4th floor.
But it's a lie.
What do you mean?
That's a lie. I mean, it doesn't mean that 4 ceases to exist just because you don't put it on.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, that's the reason why there's
5 is 4. 5 is the 4th floor.
Yeah,
but then all the floors are wrong. I mean, technically
up
wrong.
Until
before, after from 5 and up, they're all mislabeled.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's no 13th floor in buildings in America.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Maybe in older buildings. I don't think they miss 13.
Oh, now?
Nowadays.
Are you sure?
I am totally not sure. And we're not gonna check it. But I don't know. Well, how should we summarize this thing? It's so fun.
It was
a
fun, really, really fun episode. I
adore this episode so hard.
Yeah. I think it's on par with the Ambrose episode so far.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's one of my favorites in season 4.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to do a recap?
Sure. There is a murder right off the bat, which Will loves, I'm assuming. The parking attendant dies. The killer is waiting in there to break the hand of someone that works in a fancy building. He's a stockbroker, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So the thing is that Mr. Monk is asked by the stockbroker to come in undercover and work in this financial company called Cross. So the deal of the episode is that Mr. Monk gets to pretend that he's a normal office worker, and he gets to do all of the things that he doesn't get to do in life, which is blend in and be one of the gang. The other subplot is that Natalie and this super schmancy stockbroker guy develop a romance as well. But by the end of it, you find out that there's someone who was born deaf, but has, through the magic of technology, has regained somewhat of his hearing. And he has been reading the lips of this stockbroker from a building a little ways off across a courtyard. And that's why he broke his hand, because the stockbroker because of a move of a desk, was blocking his own mouth, and the lip reader could no longer read his lips and like get stock tips and whatnot. So, but the problem is Natalie, who was sort of falling for this guy, ends up accusing him of being a liar because a secret that she told him gets out, and she thinks that it was only that stockbroker could tell it, but it's actually the guy that was reading lips that was able to send out this email to reveal a secret of hers. In the end, Monk's disability of his germophobia kind of crashes his hopes of being one of the gang, but he ends up solving the case because he's Monk. Did I miss anything?
That's pretty good.
Was it pretty good?
It
might have been the best summary I've ever done.
I think so. I will say that was probably, I was like sitting here being like, that is really thorough. It's a really thorough.
Actually, I took it seriously. I was like, I like this episode.
for you guys, she has not taken any episode seriously.
No, this is it. This is the first one that I cared about. Yeah.
That was really thorough. I very much enjoyed it. I feel like I didn't have to watch the episode. I could have just listened to that.
Oh, yeah. And you would know exactly what happened.
And I feel like that's probably a lot of our listeners.
It might be.
Since it's not on Netflix.
You can't find it unless you steal it.
I know. Maybe 2017. We can always hope, right?
Let's say the one thing we need for 2017 in so many ways is hope.
It is.
Thank goodness for freaking Rogue One. I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, because there's spoilers and whatnot.
Oh, I didn't watch Rogue One yet.
Oh, okay. Then you can't spoil it.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about... So today we found out that Carrie Fisher died.
Oh, yes.
I thought you were going to talk about that.
Yes, today we found out Carrie Fisher died.
Which is just so sad.
It is.
It is very sad. So, I mean, whenever this comes out, which I think will be in the new year, I think. In 2017, we're going to need a lot of hope, and hopefully that means that Monk will be on some kind of streaming site where you don't have to pay per episode or whatever.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
I think I'm going to add that in as a one-liner into a bill that's already going past Congress that you can't veto.
Right.
As like for all the bundle of hope that's going to happen in 2017, I'm going to stick that in there, the Monk the Monk caveat.
Do you I mean, since we're talking about this, do you have any particular New Year's resolutions that or like anything that you want to happen in 2017 as we're finishing off 2016?
I would like for myself firstly, and then maybe for the rest of our human planet, to make the next evolutionary step in kindness. I think that in our DNA, we have this heretofore necessary idea of knowing who our gang is and who our family is and who our side is, because that's what we need as a survival technique in this crazy world.
Right.
But I think that going forward, the human race, if we are to survive, needs to switch to at the next gear of a higher level of empathy and a higher level of kindness. Otherwise, we're not going to make it. So I don't know if it's going to happen, but that would be my wish.
I like that.
Try to beat it, Will. That's some badass shit I just laid down.
Real good. You're right.
I'm on point tonight.
Keiko.
This is it. This is my pinnacle. This is it.
It's all downhill from here. No, that was really good. I don't know how I can top that. Now everything I say is just gonna sound real selfish.
You're like, I want an Xbox.
Yeah.
I want a new car.
I need to save enough money to buy a new car.
Which is a real deal.
It is, but I drive the worst car, but
your car needs an upgrade.
Yeah.
By the summer. We already talked about this.
Yeah, I don't know, but my car is old enough to drive. Well, no. Sorry. It is old enough to drive, but it's also old enough to drink.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's older.
It's pretty old. Old enough to drink and drive.
Ooh, yeah. Yes.
Doesn't mean
it
should.
Would.
Or
it
would.
Has morality. It's not
It is a sentient being.
It's a sentient being. It's not gonna.
Yeah.
But it could.
Not going to. I don't know. 2017. I feel like this year... Okay, this is how I feel about 2016, since we're on this topic.
Yeah.
2016 was a bad year for the world in general, right? There's a lot of shit that happened.
Yes.
A lot of celebrities died. A lot of iconic people died, especially
and relatively young too.
Relatively young. I mean, we just lost George Michael and Carrie Fisher in the past couple
like
days.
in the same week or something.
You know, and it's so sad. And I'm a little bit, to be honest, anxious going into 2017. You know, a lot of people are like, "Oh, 2017 is gonna be better. It's gonna be so good."
I know.
But I mean, at the rate things are going, I can see it just continuing on the way that it's going.
Yeah.
But, you know, I will say that 2016 was a good year for a lot of people career-wise.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of people that we know,
yes.
a lot of great stuff was happening. So
it's a mixed bag.
It's a mixed bag. I think people are unsure. A lot of people that I know personally are unsure about how they feel about 2016.
Yeah.
Because it was a bad year overall, but it was a good year for them personally. So
Yeah.
they feel bad for saying it's a good year.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm in that same boat.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I am too. I mean, we both had good years
we had
career-wise.
Yeah.
For sure.
So so I hope that 2017 will be a good year for the world and for this country. Yeah, you know, who knows? Who knows? I hope everyone has a good year next year.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So, with that said, we will move on to what we liked about this episode.
Dude, I've got a lot.
I got a lot too.
Okay, let's list them off quickly.
Okay. Great.
What I can't read now.
From the start, my favorite moment was the dramatic scream of the hand crushing.
What was up with that? This guy gets his hand. I get it. 9 bones in his hand broke. Okay, I guess I would scream too, but the guy screams like for 5 minutes.
Like holding. Like shaking his hand in the air. I mean, to be honest, I maybe would react the same way.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was really funny.
It was you know what it reminded me of? When I don't know, I think it was a Datsun. This is way back in the day. It must have been in the 80s or something. But my dad had like a hatchback or something, or not a hatchback, but something where you raised the back of the car.
Okay.
It's kind of sporty. But for some reason, we would put a towel in the crevice. Like if you open the back, we would put a towel in the crevice. And then we would close the back so that it would kind of like give us shade. I guess we couldn't afford tint in the house. So I was putting the towel in, right? But my dad freaking closes the door on my hand.
Oh no.
And yeah, so I had that, I mean, not to the extreme, my bones didn't break, but my fingers were like smashed and I'm screaming. Yeah, we're in there.
Did you scream like that?
No. No. Why? No, I didn't. But I felt like forever for my dad to come over to the side to realize what had happened, and he, corrected the situation. But my fingers were black.
Oh yeah,
purple black for months. Yeah,
that's funny. Not the same experience, but one time, this is when I was a kid. I must have been like in elementary school or something. I remember we were at like this resort area or something, and it was a giant pool, and in my mind this pool was humongous. It was like an Olympic sized pool. It probably wasn't. I was a kid, but it was a huge pool, and then on the side of the pools where where all the beach chairs are, and then also a ping pong table. And so I remember just hanging out and watching like my family or my friends all swim and stuff, and for some reason I wasn't, and I decided to plop onto the ping pong table, and it completely like closed on me. I have sat and I was in between the two tables the next second, and just I don't think I cried. I think I thought it was more funny than anything, but I just remember like that just happening and being so shocked.
Yeah, it's like that. Because that's the thing. I think why we think it's so funny that he screams like that, because you don't scream like that. You're like it's more like sharp and take a breath. It's more oh no, like in your head it's like scary, but you don't kind of know what's happening. You don't exhale. You just like hold it in for fear. But I'm sure he's directed that way. I blame the director.
Have you ever screamed in genuine fear? I don't know if I have. To be honest.
No. I don't. Yeah, it's true, because we see it in horror films. I don't think I have once.
I have either.
No, I clamp my asshole, just like clamps down. My breath stops, and I just hold still like an armadillo. Just stay still. Just stay still.
Oh man! Yeah. So your fight or flight response
very
is just
damaged.
It's just
die. Pretend like you're dead.
Collapse. Yeah,
it just collapsed.
That's funny.
But what other things? This is gonna be such a long episode. What other things do we like? This episode.
I loved Monk's face when Natalie and Warren Kemp are kind of flirting in the office. His face was like amazing.
Oh, I know, it's so good.
It's like, you know exactly that acting is just like, you know exactly you know exactly what's going on in his mind.
Yeah. It's like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah. It's so good. It's
great.
so good.
Yeah. His whole thing, his whole arc. I mean, because I guess I'm seeing a pattern a little bit. I mean, we obviously are Tony Shalhoub fans, and I do think that when it's really about him, he blossoms and he just pulls me into the episode. And this was one of those things that was really about him and all of his issues, because he so desperately wants to be included in the gang, and he's so terrible at it. The fact that he has to have these index cards to have topics of conversation about football or swear words or anything, and how inadequate he is at just being social, I can completely relate to. So it just hits that, don't you think? Like, it's just like, like, obviously I'm not that extreme, but I can relate to that and his yearning to be one of the guys.
Right. Yeah, speaking about that, you know how he was using those cards to direct himself through this conversation with sports and stuff, and like I was like watching it and I'm like, I can't agree because I don't follow sports.
Neither do I.
You know what I mean? So like, and sports, you know, for guys is kind of like, that's a bonding thing, you know? And so
true,
for me, like, I'm just like, yeah, Kobe Bryant.
You just nod. Do you just nod a lot?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, you know, like I enjoy watching it, you know, here and there, but I'm not like on like ESPN all the time or whatever. And there was a period of time where I really was trying to, and I just couldn't. I was just like, I just.
When was that? Was that in college or?
It was not college. It was might have been a little bit after college. Yeah. Where I mean, in college, because all my friends would just watch games.
Oh, okay. You know, like, so you're not talking about games.
Yeah, so we would I would just sit there and watch with them, and it was fine. But I just remember, like, after college, I downloaded ESPN app on my phone,
Will.
and I would try to like.
Oh no, Will!
It was like I really was trying to, like, you know, be in the know, you know.
No, because you're like, I'm not gonna watch the game, but I have to be able to say something.
Yeah,
like, know what game happened.
Exactly, kind of like check in to see what
did it work,
who won. Ugh. No, it didn't work. I just didn't.
It never does.
Yeah, I was just like, why am I trying? I just don't enjoy. You know, it's not something that I feel like I talk. Like it comes naturally to talk about. So I'm just like, forget it.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
I also really liked Monk fake eating nachos.
Oh, yes.
It's one of those foods where you like, it's individual enough. Yeah, it's communal, but it's individual.
Yeah, because but it's on the edge. Nachos ride that edge, and we know also because a lot of times
we always get nachos.
We always get nachos, or we get disco fries. Right. We go to Kitchen 24 all the time, and we have this, which is right on that edge because it's a fry. Yeah. But if you want the cheese, you gotta, the gravy, you kind of gotta get in there.
Right. Disco fries are poutine. Poutine.
Yeah,
fries.
poutine. Yeah.
So
it's fun to watch Monk anytime fake something.
I know, it's so good.
Or when he does his little dance, like anytime Monk thinks that he's cool for a second, I just die. Well, like when he actually finds out that you get another roll of the ball or something, when he snaps at Natalie and like motions her over here, and he thinks he's so cool, or when he dances in the bowling alley. All of that is just golden for
It's
me.
something very childlike too. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I see kids acting like that all the time when they tap into something.
Yes.
You know, and they they just can't control it. They just start dancing, or they you know, start acting kind of weird or something. And it's I see it and I just am reminded of like just children. And it's great. I think Tony Shalhoub, I think about this actually a lot, where in the first episode that we watched together in episode 1, and you're like, Tony Shalhoub is amazing. And I'm like, yeah, he's cool. You know, like, and I feel like, obviously I didn't know, I wasn't blown away by him by that first episode, you know, but seeing him now and seeing him kind of just really with this character Monk and with all of his other roles that he does, it's like there's something so precise about his acting that it's you really can enjoy and appreciate all that he does to bring his characters to life.
Yeah, and I think there's something about, like, I'm kind of thinking about this a little more these days too, because I've watched some really great performances. Other People, Molly Shannon and Other People recently.
Oh, did you watch that?
Yeah, so good. And other examples of people who are good actors and they let themselves go to the extreme of letting themselves be so vulnerable, and you just seeing them and all their weaknesses and their child side and their soft places, and it's the best. It's definitely the bar of where to go to and something to admire.
Yeah, Molly Shannon is someone that I haven't seen the movie. I saw the trailer and it looks
it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's
it looks so good. It really does. But she's someone that you just associate SNL with.
Right, yeah. And she's great in that too. Yeah.
But you just don't think about like, oh, those people are capable of
so much.
Yeah, of so much more than we get to really see, And I'm glad that whenever I see that actors kind of cross that line to like, comedic, whatever, and then they just move over to the dramatic side and are able to just crush it.
Yep.
Like, I mean, even like someone like Tom Hanks, who started off doing comedy, and now
he's my favorite.
He is your favorite.
He is my favorite.
And he doesn't really do comedies anymore, but I feel like especially you see him on SNL or something.
I know, yeah. Like, he comes on SNL and you go, like, of course.
It's so easy.
Yes.
But we see him doing dramatic roles, and you're just like, oh man, you're just so good because you can do both.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people can, to be honest.
And I know that a lot of I'm going to jump on this bandwagon that we both just started, but like a lot of people, maybe not you who's listening, but I do hear a lot of people kind of bag on Adam Sandler, and like, especially like maybe lately a little bit, but watch Punch Drunk Love. That movie
he's good in that.
Is great. That movie in itself is like dark and funny and the best. Mary Lynn Rashkup.
Chloe on 24.
So good. I mean, just for me. And we were just talking about it with a friend of mine, BoJack Horseman, which is and BoJack, Rick and Morty. I mean, just there are certain. I do love that line where or a Last Man on Earth. Oh my God. Where a comedy will be so funny and so absurd and so extreme, and then it will just slam you with a truth or slam you with a real emotion,
like
and it kind of breaks you in a way that I enjoy.
Yeah, it's
which I think this show does too.
I think this show definitely does that, and Tony Shalhoub is definitely one of those actors I feel like does both very well.
Yes, for sure.
I want to see him in. Actually, I feel like I haven't seen him in enough dramatic stuff, but I know he's capable of it.
Yeah, and I think that the wonderful thing about him is that, and I hope that he can continue on, and in the future that we can see more of him.
Did you see that article? He's working on a show with Amy Sherman-Palladino?
Well, yes. So we're only one person removed, right?
Yeah.
I know Amy Sherman-Palladino.
You do. I mean, kind of, right?
Yeah. I mean, she's
a little bit.
People who don't know, Amy Sherman-Palladino was a showrunner for Gilmore Girls. Yes, she's working on
Does she know about this podcast?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
I feel like she should know.
Okay.
So that she can.
I know, right? I mean, we're so close.
She should know about this for two reasons. What? To bring Tony Shalhoub onto this podcast and to put you into his show when that happens.
Yeah, can you imagine? I would just be like, do I have lines? And they'd be like, nice choice, Keiko. I don't understand it, but good for you.
I feel like there should be a hashtag or something. Does she have a Twitter? We should just tweet her.
All right, do it. Will S. Choi is the producer of this podcast.
Yes.
And all things that are good.
I'll do it for you.
For me, is going to make that happen. Oh, hey, what other things in this that I adored, or actually is more of a question than anything?
Okay.
Is sometimes, especially now because we're in season 4, right? Sometimes I wonder if the character Monk will do something for too long, right? He'll organize something. In this case, he's organizing bowling balls. And they'll cut to the other actor's face. And that other actor will give a quote unquote character eye roll of, oh my God, this is taking so long.
Right.
But I think as Keiko, the actor that's been on set, I wonder if how much of that is the character going, man, you are really dragging this out. And how much is the actor going, man, you're really dragging this out. It's good though. I love it. But I would guess, I don't know.
It's a little mix.
I would guess that it's a little mix because I think that's what I love about it. But like, he really kind of drags these physical things out of like organizing and things.
Those moments where we see those really drawn out moments. I feel like it's one of those things that when we did hear Tony Shalhoub talk that one time last year, he was saying how they had a lot of freedom in the later seasons, right, to kind of just play with those moments, and I feel like that has to be one of those moments where it's just like, oh, this is taking way too long, but it's so good.
But it is so good. And also, we're not there on the day. We just get the edited version, you know, as the audience. So we only get the perfect length and everything. But it's super, I love it.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else that you liked? There's a lot. There really is a lot.
And I mean, okay, let's do the fast whatever else we have left on. Okay, go ahead. Okay. I love that he had to have a different tie for working in office. He had a clip-on different tie.
I liked when he said human Caucasian buttocks.
I like when I like when he explained that detectives are lonely and sad when he described what detectives are as opposed to like people that work in office.
I liked when he called out the office romance between those two characters.
That was so good.
That was great.
I love that Natalie knows that he needs his wipes before he even needs to call her when he's just standing in front of all the bowling balls.
I liked that Natalie was in jail.
Oh, that's true. I liked when the whole "come on, Adrian," when his office mates were just begging him to put on the goddamn pair of shoes and he just couldn't do it.
I liked that he was like, would he say something about swear words?
Oh yeah, he had a
cards of swear words,
and he had to add to them because someone whispered a bad swear word.
Oh, that's so good.
I like how they had the toothpick description as someone who is insecure, but we cut to Stottlemyre as always chewing on a toothpick.
Yeah, that was great. That's great.
So
if you guys remember last week, we got a little new friend.
We got a formal introduction to someone that we had been thinking about.
Yeah, we kind of, Oren was a little, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. He's personal, he's private, he's brilliant.
He's great.
He's, you know,
but
his own space.
I feel like we're like parents meeting.
I do,
you know what
too.
I mean? Like,
I do a little, yeah.
You know, and we approve.
Yeah. Yo, totally.
We definitely approve.
Great.
So I think Cecily is going to play us into the next section.
All right, take it away, Cecily. Plot holes. Jeez, they're so cute.
They're so cute.
They're so cute.
Oren and Cecily is like, that's a really cute name.
I know. It's adorable. They're adorable.
It's a really cute couple name. It is. I feel like if anyone's having twins out there, name your kids Oren and Cecily. I think
twins, Oren and Cecily.
I think those are really
And if anyone knows how to draw and wants to draw a couple of bats with the name,
post it onto our Twitter feed.
We will do that. Hashtag Oren and Cecily.
But
cutes. Plot holes. What you got there, mister? Well, we already talked about the main one, the scream.
Oh yeah. That's not a plot hole, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it?
I wrote it in the plot hole section.
Yeah, no one would scream like that in real life, right?
Yeah.
I wrote Monk was really, so there's a whole segment where they're bowling. Monk was really good at bowling, and I feel like that's not good. That wouldn't happen.
Really? You don't think he would?
Do you think he actually bowled when he was younger?
No, I don't think he bowled, but I feel like the desire for him to make 10 things happen And also for it to go down the center of something would be very strong within him.
Okay.
That was my only, because I don't think he's bowled before. I think he is probably a natural talent. But I think if there are 10 things out there that he needs to knock down, he would do it somehow.
I only say that because bowling is so hard.
That's true. I always think that I'm going to be a better bowler than I am.
Right,
I'm not good. I'm not good.
I literally get tired after one game of bowling. I'm just like, I just like just get so tired.
Will, you need something.
I need some iron pills.
You need some iron pills. I have some.
Oh, great! I'll take some from you. Because I used to bowl a lot when I was in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we joked that we were me and two of other friends. We joked that we were on the varsity bowling team, even though we didn't have a varsity bowling team. But were
you the worst of the three?
I don't. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But we went a lot. We went often because there was a bowling alley in my city.
You can't drink in high school.
No, we can't.
So did you eat pizza or what were you doing? Just hanging, just bowling,
drinking Coke and some pizza and chili fries if we're feeling special that day.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, we just go after school because it was really cheap back in the day. So we would just go right after school and bowl a lot.
Oh, random shout out to Gardena Bowl. Because I came from Hawaii and they have a Hawaiian restaurant down there.
Nice.
There's a lot of Asian people from Hawaii that live in Gardena. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
There's a couple of Japanese and Hawaiian restaurants down there. And Gardena Bowl, the bowling alley, has some good Hawaiian food. Just for you.
Yum.
Oh, I have one.
Yeah.
I have one.
Major.
Okay. It's not so major, but I was like, that is not going to happen. So this place is a fancy schmancy, millions of dollars doesn't matter financial firm, right? Because he says that. $7 million. What's $7 million between friends? Freaking 1%. Anyway, but so in this parking garage, the conceit is that the not crowbar, but the tire iron is metric, but that doesn't make sense because all the cars in the entire parking garage are all American cars.
That's a good plot hole.
Dude,
that's a good plot hole.
I will call bull crap on that because I don't know if GMC made a donation to Monk to say that, but that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not gonna have a whole garage full of fancy schmancy types with only American made cars. Sorry, Chevrolet.
Yeah. My last thing is that guy could read lips, right? There's no way he can read a lip that's that far.
I think so too. I agree with you.
There's no way.
I agree with you.
That's my
only thing.
Far. It's too far.
It's too far.
I know you're deaf, so your other senses are higher, but
I agree with you because he's like a floor down and far away a courtyard. I don't think you're going to be able to read that.
There's going to be like reflections and glare, and I don't buy it.
Also, a technical thing. So this man said that he was born deaf, but he through technology was able to hear. And I've watched a couple of really good documentaries about like a cochlear implant that you can get. But first of all, you usually for them to work very effectively, you have to get them very young. And he spoke in the way that sounded very, I don't think he was a hearing impaired actor. And that wasn't a cochlear implant. That was just a regular hearing aid. Yeah. I mean, I'm nitpicking, but he did not have any impediment at all, speech impediment at all. He spoke perfectly.
Yeah.
So,
or maybe did he say he was born deaf?
He said he was born deaf, and also he could hear things like he could hear the parking attendant. He could hear. There were instances where I think the character needed to be able to hear in order for it to make sense, so they couldn't leave him as a completely deaf character.
Yeah.
So they kind of fudged that a little bit. Small thing, but other thing, last thing I will say, all you killers out there. Are you killers that listen to our podcast for tips?
All you killers,
stop dropping your goddamn toothpicks on the crime scene. Either leave them damn toothpicks at home or don't drop them out of your mouth at the crime scene.
That's funny. Yeah,
last thing I gotta say about that.
Yeah, he dropped his tire iron too.
Oh yeah, and he left his tire iron.
Yeah,
I mean, was he wearing gloves?
I don't think so.
I don't
but
know.
It's not. I mean, obviously, to do fingerprinting, like
I guess
in real life, it's hard. You can't.
True,
you really can't.
True.
But on TV, that's very possible that they could have just fingerprinted it if he wasn't wearing gloves. I don't remember if he was or not.
Did.
And this is not a plot hole, but that Chilton guy was really annoying.
Yeah, he was annoying. Why was he annoying? I don't remember.
Because he's a loser, that's why. He's bald, he was short.
Yeah, he's someone that supposedly is so obsessed with bowling that Monk suspects that he would kill someone and break someone's hand because he wanted to win the championship. Yeah. And you almost believe it because the guy's a little nutty.
Yeah, and
he's super competitive and demeaning. Yeah.
Did you see all of his trophies too?
Not the deep. Why?
In the background, there's just a bunch of trophies. I was like, I guess it's from bowling. But I just assumed that maybe I just missed it in the episode, but like the Warren Kemp guy was a good bowler, right?
Yeah.
So, but they kept on losing to that guy the whole time.
Yeah, that's true. That was also weird. Also, hashtag weird. That's not a real hashtag. But why would the boss bowl with a particular team?
I don't know. I don't
know about that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Oh, I know I said last plot hole, but I lied. Mm-hmm. My real last plot hole. This bothers me most out of all the episodes of Monk. Out of all the episodes of Monk, I've watched them all.
Okay.
As far as Monk not noticing something that's off in his world. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget this. So in his cubicle, there is like a piece of laminate that is broken off in his Monk's cubicle. Mm-hmm. It's either a piece of masking tape that is put on a blue teal cabinet wall, or it's a piece of laminate that is peeled off. I don't know what it is, but it's huge. Did you see this?
I didn't see it.
It bothers me every time I see this episode. It is prominent. It is so prominent that even if I think about this episode, I can visualize that anomaly in his space.
Yeah.
That is very unmonk.
Got it.
So I will say that. Cecily?
Ooh, how crazy was Monk this episode? Did you hear that?
Yes.
She like held it a little bit.
It was like operatic or something.
Oh, Cecily.
Fancy, Cecily. Okay. Well, I feel like I have to speak like this.
Yeah, should we just like speak like this all the time?
Like this. I don't know. How crazy was Monk this episode? Out of what do you got?
Out of 10 dramatic screams.
Okay.
Hand screams.
and hand screams. Out of 10
dramatic
hand screams. How
Chris, it was Monk. In this episode.
It was pretty cray.
It was pretty cray.
I'm gonna give him a 9.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give him a 9. A lot of cray came out.
A lot of cray. I'm gonna give him the same that I gave him last week, 8.75.
Okay.
I think it was on par with that. 8.7 dramatic hand screams. So obviously we talked about a lot of these things, but the cards, him using the cards to navigate his way through conversations.
Yeah, that's odd.
And the whole bowling ball situation with the organizing it was so good.
At one point, he took 2 bowling balls and just put them on the floor and just pushed them away because they don't match with the other bowling balls.
That's so good.
But I also I like that they're consistent because his thing is type. So, even though it actually, I shouldn't, that's a lie on my part because there were actually 2 bowling balls of each color. So you could also say that it was amount. But I guess I did it I thought that he's very, very consistent about what type of ball.
Yeah. I think, for me, what kind of did it for me was the fact that he redid this office. in the short amount of time that he was there for. Like,
what do you mean?
He cleaned that girl's desk off.
Yes.
He reorganized all the files or something. And,
yeah,
like, all
he
the
redid that guy's
people.
sales report.
Yeah, and like he retyped everything and stuff. And I feel like that's great for him to do, but it just kind of shows how crazy he is in the amount of time that he has been working there, which was I think was only a couple days, and already kind of like rearranging this whole office. He had the moment inside of the Warren Kemp's office where he's organizing the pencils like evenly.
He organized his paper clips. He put his staples in one by one.
Right, yeah.
Which I don't understand because they come in a pack, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
And the main thing, which we talked about earlier, where she would not put on the pair of shoes, even though the other side of it, on the other side of the scales, was losing his newly found friendships, and he could not do it.
Yeah,
he couldn't put on someone else's shoes.
Yeah, at first I was gonna say this was a plot hole, but then I thought about it and it wasn't, because he put on that bowling shirt. That they give him. They're like, hey, put this on so you can bowl. And I was like, would he do that? But I thought about it and I was like, but it's a new shirt. So maybe he wouldn't. It wouldn't be as weird as opposed to putting on a rented pair of shoes.
Yes,
So that's why I was like, I'll let that slide. And the fact that he was laughing.
Oh yeah. You mean when he
was with the office people and Natalie sees him and
she doesn't recognize him because he looks so different.
Yeah. Oh man, his smile when they're talking, when he's saying it's the who did it, but his smile was so creepy
and freaky.
But it was great. It was really funny.
It was good.
I don't understand why Natalie didn't play along with him. Maybe she just thought that he couldn't see her mouth.
Oh, right. Yeah, they kind of... I think it was supposed to be that he was looking at the back of her head, but he only could see her lips moving in the mirror. But the way they filmed it, that didn't tell that story particularly well. But I agree with you. It was a little confusing about why she wasn't hiding her lips, too.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, obviously there was some other stuff, but I thought that was kind of... Yeah. Oh my god, what's happening?
What is that?
What is that? Oh my god.
Who is that, Will?
I don't know. Is someone outside?
We should go look outside. Go look outside.
Oh god.
Who is it? Is there somebody out there?
Is someone getting it? Oh my god.
What is it?
Keiko,
Tell me what's out there.
I think someone's screaming for their lives outside. Oh my god. Oh my god. Excuse me. Are you okay? Hi. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I can't really see. I just want to make sure everything's okay.
I hurt my funny bone.
Oh.
I hit it on the door.
I thought.
I hit my funny bone.
Oh,
my elbow.
You sounded like you sound like you're being murdered. Are you okay?
I hit it at a weird angle.
Why are you still screaming?
I'm so surprised.
Oh,
I think I'm okay now.
Okay. Are you my neighbor?
Yeah.
You're my new neighbor. I just moved here.
I'm sorry. I just came back from Trader Joe's.
Okay. What'd you hit your funny bone on?
On the doorway, on the elbow, on the door when I came in.
Okay. Well, I just want to introduce myself. I know I haven't introduced myself yet. My name's Will.
Hey, do you like living in Glendale?
Yes, I do. I do.
This whole cul-de-sac is real quiet, even though it's hard to find parking.
It is.
Do you find that it's hard to find parking?
I do as well. It is generally quiet, except the fact that you're screaming at 10 o'clock at night is pretty loud.
Sorry, I think I caught my breath. I'm just surprised.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. What was your name?
Janice Clarice.
Oh, Janice Clarice. Okay, well, I guess I'll see you around, but I hope you're okay.
I'll see you around. I wish this place had a pool.
Yeah, it doesn't have a pool. It does not.
It does have 3 stories.
No, it doesn't. It only has 2.
No, it's 2 stories.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as you're okay. Bye. Bye. Wow. That was real dramatic. I'm glad she's fine. I'm glad she was not murdered. That was like a deathly scream.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not. It no, I shouldn't be surprised. It was.
Yeah.
It was. It was. It was. I hope she's okay.
I think she's fine.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I think she's a little dramatic.
She might be a little dramatic.
A little bit. Wow. Okay. Well, I don't even remember what were we talking about. I just feel like we got
just
interrupted.
Like that
by
came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
oh boy.
What?
I
just, I'm happy. It is night. It's night, which is always weird when we record at night.
Is it?
A little bit.
A little bit.
But I feel happy, hopeful for the new year.
Mm-hmm. I
feel glad that we get to do this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I feel thankful that people have listened to this podcast.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm at.
I think that's where I'm at too. I will say the same sentiments. We've been recording for about a year and 4 months now, around there. I hope you guys have been happy. We've been releasing a little bit consistently. Yeah. And we're hoping to keep it consistent. We have a couple of great guests coming up in the new year.
Yeah.
We do.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
This
next week.
Next week is going to be really. It's going to be a really fun one.
Week, yeah.
So if you are listening to this, just know that we have some great guests coming up, and that we're gonna actually start trying. Oh my god! Janice, Janice, oh my god! Janice Clarice, are you okay? What happened? Oh, okay. Well, please. It's too loud.
It's too loud.
It's 10 o'clock at night. It's too loud.
Oh, she should not scream that loud.
No.
Your neighbors might become concerned.
Our other neighbors.
Our other neighbors. Okay, well, I think she's okay. She just stubbed her toe. Yeah. She should wear shoes. Yeah. I mean, she's like wearing slippers down there.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
She should wear proper footwear.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like we should finish this off because it's...
Yeah, let's end
this.
Now.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys in the new year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
You monkeys, like Will tries to make me say.
Well, that's Kevin. That's Kevin.
What?
That was Kevin Porter.
Oh, was it monkeys?
Right? Yeah, he said monkeys.
Trying to say monkeys.
Yeah, he said, "What's up, monkey?" We should get Kevin back too. He was great.
We should. He's amazing.
So yeah, have a happy new year, you monkeys.
You monkeys.
So with that said,
remember,